morning to all of you children. The set of natural numbers is denoted by the letter N. The set of whole numbers is denoted by the letter W. And the set of the integers is denoted by the letter Z. Okay. But today children, let us understand why do we need one more group of numbers called rational numbers and what are rational numbers. Okay. Let us start the session. Okay children. In this session, we will see about the importance of rational numbers or why do we need rational numbers even though there are natural numbers, whole numbers and integers. See here children, if you have 4 chocolates, then you will denote it by the natural number 4. If you have 2 chocolates, you will denote it by the number 2. If you have only 1 chocolate, then you will denote it by the natural number 1. But if you have nothing in you, with what number you will denote? So there is not such number which denotes nothing. That is why we need one more group of numbers called whole numbers. Okay? When you have nothing, it is denoted by the number 0. Okay? 0 means nothing. Thus, 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 dash 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 up to infinity forms one more group of numbers called whole numbers. Okay? In addition to natural numbers. But, see here, when you have nothing, you will denote it by 0. Right? When you have greater than 0, you write it as plus 1. When you have greater than plus 1, you will write plus 2. Right? But when you have an object which is less than 0, with what number you will denote? We denote it by minus 1. The number less than minus 1 is minus 2. The number less than minus 2 is minus 3. So, we keep on writing the numbers less than 0 by using the integers. Here, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4 are called the positive integers. And minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, dash, dash, dash up to minus infinity are called negative integers. Therefore, children, the right side of 0 we have positive integers which are greater than 0 and the left side of 0 we have negative integers whose value is less than 0. Okay? The right side of 0 we have the integers whose value is greater than 0. And the left side of 0, we have the integers which are called negative integers and their value is less than 0. Okay? But apart from this natural number, whole numbers and integers, why do we need one more group of numbers called rational numbers? Let us see with the justification. Okay? To count and write the complete things or whole things, natural numbers, whole numbers and integers will help. But when we meet the situation that we have to write or represent the incomplete things or the non-whole things, that time we need the help of one more group of numbers called rational numbers. Okay? How the rational numbers will help us to write or to represent the incomplete things, we will see in this session. Okay? See here children, think that it is a roti given by your mother. Okay? Is it complete? Yes, it is one complete roti. That is why you will write it by 1. If your mother gives one more roti, this is also complete. One full roti your mother has given to you. That is why 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. How many rotis you have eaten? You have eaten 2 complete rotis. Okay? And think that your mother gives you one more complete roti. Okay? That time you say that 1 plus 1 plus 1. All the 3 rotis are full, means whole or complete. So you write that you have eaten 3 rotis. Therefore, here this and these 2 and these 3 are complete. So these are complete things. To write the complete things, we use the natural numbers or whole numbers or integers. So here it's a complete thing, we write it by 1. Here there are 2 complete things, we write it by 2. Here there are 3 complete things, we write it by 3. Okay. If your mother gives you one complete roti and after that she gives this much roti and she tells that she has given you 2 rotis, then will you agree? No, you will not agree. You say that, Mummy, you have given more than 1 roti but less than 2 roti. But how much? Is it completely 2? No. Is the sum of these two completely 1? No. The sum of these 2 rotis is more than 1 but less than 2. So it is the sum of these 2 things is incomplete. But to represent such incomplete things, we use the rational numbers. Okay. And similarly, if your mother gives this roti, it is complete, full. And after that, if she gives this much and tells you that she has given 2 rotis to eat, but will you agree? No, you will not agree. You will tell your mother that, Mummy, you have given me more than 1 roti but less than 2 roti. Therefore, the sum of these 2 rotis is not exactly 2. It is greater than 1 but less than 2. Such things are called incomplete things. To represent or write such incomplete things, we use rational numbers. Let us look at one more example. In the beginning, your mother gives you this roti, right? It is a complete or a whole thing, right? And afterwards, she gives this much of roti and this much of roti, then this much of roti. And she tells that she has given 1, 2, 3, 4 rotis. Then will you agree? How does she count? This is 1, this is 2, 3, 4. And she asks you, have you eaten 4 rotis? Then what will you answer? Will you agree? You will not agree. Okay. You tell that, Mummy, this is a whole thing or the full roti, a complete thing. But these 3 are not the complete things. These are the parts of the complete thing. Okay. This is one complete thing. In this one complete thing, you have divided by 4 parts. Okay. Out of 4 parts, we have taken 1 part here. That is why its value is not 1. It is less than 1 but greater than 0. What about this? Is it 1? It is not 1. This is one complete thing, but this is not one complete thing. This is the part of this complete thing. This is a complete thing and this is a part from this complete thing. That's why this is also incomplete, this is also incomplete, this is also incomplete, but this is a complete thing or whole thing. Therefore, children, you say that, Mummy, I have eaten more than 1 roti but less than 2 roti. Okay. And you count this as 1, but you will not count this as 1. This is less than 1 but greater than 0. Less than 1, greater than 0. Less than 1, greater than 0. And what is the sum of all these 4 objects? Is it exactly 2? No. Is it exactly 1? No. It is greater than 1 but less than 2. Such things are called incomplete things, and such incomplete things are represented by the rational number. And one more thing, look at the 3 things here. Okay. If your mummy calls this as one complete roti, will you agree? Huh? She will give you this part, this part, this part, and tells that she has given to eat 3 rotis. Will you count these objects as 3? This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and will you write the sum of this as 3? No, you will not write, because this is one complete roti or one complete thing or whole thing, whereas this is not complete thing. It is part of the whole thing. In this whole thing, your mother has divided into some parts, and out of some parts she has taken one part. Therefore, this is part of the whole thing. So, this is incomplete, this is incomplete, and this is incomplete. Okay. If your mummy counts this as 1 and this as 2 and this as 3, will you agree? You will not agree. Okay. If you add all these 3 parts, you will not get equal to 1 also. Here, the sum of these 3 objects or 3 pieces of rotis is not exactly equal to 3. It is greater than 0 but less than 1. Such incomplete things are written with the help of numbers called rational numbers. Okay, children? Hope you understood when the rational numbers are necessary to us. Okay? When the complete objects are to be counted and written, we don't want the rational numbers. But when the parts of something should be valued and written, that time we need the rational numbers. Means to write the incomplete objects value or to write the value of non-whole things or incomplete things, we need the rational numbers. Okay? Now look at this. What do we mean by wholes and completes? Okay? This is called a whole thing or complete thing. Okay? Look at these three figures. Are these completes? No. These are incompletes or non-wholes. Because if you take this part now, this is not a complete thing. Huh? Here we have divided this complete thing into two equal parts, and out of two equal parts we have taken one part. Okay? Then what is the value of this? Huh? Here we have divided this whole thing into four equal parts, and out of four parts we have taken three parts. That is why it is also incomplete thing. And what is the value of this? Is it equal to 1? No. What is the value of this? We divide this whole thing into four parts, and out of four parts I take one part here. That is why here all the three things are non-wholes or incompletes. Here this thing is a complete or a whole thing. Okay? Children, in your lower classes you might have studied about the fractions. Okay? What are fractions? Huh? The numbers with numerator and denominators are called fractions. You have learnt it. But I can say fractions are nothing but the parts of whole things. Okay? Or part of a whole thing. See here. This is a whole thing. But this is a fraction. Why? It is part of this whole thing. Huh? What is this? This is a fraction. Why? It is not the whole thing or complete thing. This is the part of this whole thing. That's why this is a fraction. Even this is also a fraction because this is the part of this whole thing. So children, the part of whole things are called fractions also, and these are also called rational numbers. Okay? Now let us go for the justification of rational numbers and how the values of incomplete things are written. Okay? The values of incomplete or non-whole things are written with the help of numbers called rational numbers. But how do we value the incomplete things and write in the form of rational numbers? Let us see. See here children, this is one whole thing. Huh? Here I have divided this one whole thing into two equal parts, and out of two equal parts I have taken one part. Then what is its value? Huh? Its value is 1 by 2. Do you know why have I written 1 by 2? Because one whole thing is divided into two equal parts. Those two equal parts are written down. Okay? After that we write a bar called fractional bar. Right? Out of two equal parts, how many parts I have taken? One part. That is written above the fractional bar and it is read as 1 by 2. Therefore, the value of this is not 1. Its value is 1 by 2, where it is in the form of p by q, where p is an integer, q is an integer, and q is not equal to 0. Right? Now let us come to this whole thing. This whole thing is written by 1. But this one whole thing is divided into 4 equal parts. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Into 4 equal parts I have divided. Out of 4 equal parts, how many part I have taken? 1 part. Then is its value 1? No. Its value is greater than 0 but less than 1. So it is incomplete. But what is its value? Huh? Its value is written as 1 by 4. Do we know children why the value of this is 1 by 4? Because one whole thing or complete thing is divided into 4 equal parts. That is why I write 4 below the fractional bar. Okay? And out of 4 equal parts, how many parts I have taken? 1 part. That I write upside. And the value of this object or thing is 1 by 4. The meaning of this is one whole thing is divided into 4 equal parts. So I write 4 downside, and out of 4 I have taken only one part, and that is written upside, and it is read as 1 upon 4 or 1 by 4. Okay, this is the value of this object. Okay, now see, it is in the form of p by q. P is 1 and q is 4. P, q are integers and q is not equal to 0 here. Therefore, the value of this incomplete thing is 1 by 4, which is in the form of p by q. That is in the form of a rational number, right? So, with the help of the rational number, we can write the value of such incomplete things. Okay. Now, let us come to this example. This is one complete thing. This one complete thing is divided into 4 equal parts. Out of 4 parts, how many parts I have taken? All the 4 parts? No. I have taken 3 parts. Okay. One whole thing is divided into 4 equal parts, and out of 4 equal parts, I have taken 3 parts. Then is it complete? No. Is it 0? No. It is greater than 0 but less than 1. Then what is the value of this incomplete object? The value of this incomplete object is 3 by 4. Do you know why? We have divided the whole thing into 4 parts, and out of 4 parts we have taken 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. So children, the value of this incomplete object is 3 by 4. And here 3 is also an integer, 4 is also an integer, and it is in the form of p by q, and where q is not equal to 0. That is why the values of the incomplete things like this one and this one are written with the help of one more type of numbers called rational numbers, which are in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. Therefore children, the value of this object is 1 by 2. Then the value of this object is 1 by 4, and the value of this object is 3 by 4. Thus 1 by 2, 1 by 4 and 3 by 4 are all the rational numbers, which will help us to represent or to write or to express the incomplete objects. Is it clear? Hope you have understood this. Now let us look at this example, children. Here this plus this is equal to how much? Can you write 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 3? No, because the value of this is not 1. The value of this object is 1 by 4, and the value of this object is also 1 by 4, and the value of this is also 1 by 4. Therefore, 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 means 3 times of 1 by 4. See here children, 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 is 2 by 4, then again plus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4. Therefore, the value of this is how much? It is 3 upon 4, right? Now you see, this is one complete object. Therefore, I write its value as 1. Is it complete object? No, it is incomplete. Its value is 1 by 4, and its value is also 1 by 4, and its value is also 1 by 4, right? But what is the sum of all these 4 objects? The value of this object is 1. You can write it by the whole numbers or natural numbers or positive integer. But is the value of this object is 1? No, it is 1 by 4, right? So this is 1 by 4 and 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. So we will write one whole means one complete thing, and 3 times of 1 by 4. See here, 1 by 4, 2 by 4 plus this 1 by 4 means 3 by 4. Therefore, the value of this is what? 1 whole 3 by 4. And you know that the sum of all these 4 things is greater than 1 but less than 2. So we write it as 1 whole 3 by 4. You know that this is called a mixed fraction, and the mixed fraction can be written in the form of what? Written in the form of improper fraction. How? See here, 4 ones are 4, 4 plus 3, 7. Therefore, it is 7 by 4, which is in the form of p by q, where p is an integer, q is also an integer, and q is not equal to 0. So children, the numbers like 7 by 4, 3 by 4, 1 by 4, okay, and 1 by 2, you will never find such numbers in the set of natural numbers or whole numbers or integers. Please look at the group here. In the set of natural numbers, you will never see the numbers like of the form p by q, okay, p by q, p by q, okay. These are all the complete numbers or whole numbers. But the incomplete numbers like 1 by 3, 3 by 4, 2 by 3, okay, these are all seen in the set of rational numbers, okay. Yesterday we have seen how to represent the set of rational numbers. See here, okay. A set of rational numbers is denoted by the letter q in the pair of flower brackets, okay. Here it is, any number of the form p by q, where p and q belong to z and q is not equal to 0, okay. Therefore children, rational number means it is expressed in the form of p by q. Any number in the form of p by q where p and q belong to z and q is not equal to 0 is called rational number. Therefore, in the set of rational numbers only, we find the numbers like 2 by 3, minus 2 by 3, 3 by minus 2, minus 1 by 2, 5 by minus 7, 1 by 2, okay, minus 1 by 2, 3 by 4, minus 3 by 4, and so many numbers in the form of p by q in the set of rational numbers. But in the set of natural number and whole number and integer set, we will not find the numbers of the form p by q, okay. Hope now you understood the importance of rational numbers, okay. Rational numbers are needed when we are in a position to value incomplete things. This is the importance of rational numbers. Did you understand children? What is the importance of rational numbers, or why do we need rational numbers? To denote the complete things or the whole things, the natural numbers, whole numbers and integers will help. When the incomplete numbers are to be written, that time we need the help of rational numbers, okay. Let us see what is the value of this plus this, okay. This is one complete thing, therefore we write it as 1, right. And what is the value of this? Is it one complete thing? No, it is a one part out of two parts. Therefore, the whole thing is divided into two parts, that is written downside, and out of two parts, one part is taken, that's why it is written upside. Therefore, the value of this plus this is 1 whole 1 by 2, right? Here, this is a mixed fraction. The mixed fraction is converted into improper fraction. How? 2 ones are 2, 2 plus 1, 3, 3 by 2, okay? Therefore, 3 by 2 is in the form of p by q, which is a rational number, okay? What is the sum of this and this? This is one complete thing, but what is the value of this? Here, we have taken 3 parts out of 4 parts from a complete thing. Means, this one whole thing is divided into 4 parts and you have taken 3 parts out of 4 equal parts. That's why its value is 3 upon 4 and its value is 1. Therefore, its value is 1 whole 3 upon 4, which is a mixed fraction. Convert the mixed fraction into improper fraction. 4 ones are 4, 4 plus 3 is 7. Thus it is 7 by 4, which is in the form of a rational numbers. Therefore, children, such incomplete things are written with the help of rational numbers. Okay? Hope you have understood the importance of rational numbers in our day-to-day life. You can take some more examples to represent the incomplete things and understand about the importance of rational numbers. Okay?